I know it can be very difficult to let go and open your heart after a pet has passed and be able to receive a sign, a message, something that only you and your pet understand. Hi, my name is Dulce, and I've been talking with animals in spirit as well as physically here for now 10 years. And I've been helping pet parents all over the world. And I not only offer private readings, I also offer one on one mentorship as well as group coaching in my animal communication mastery program. And of course, to check out those services, I'll put the link below this video. Today, I am here with four beautiful guests who did struggle with this and will share their experience of how they started to receive messages from their pet who have passed. And I feel it's super, super important to really provide this opportunity for you so that you know, one, you're not alone, and two, you're able to receive and experience this deep soul, heartfelt connection that goes beyond your imagination, and that it's really just a matter of knowing and allowing yourself to be in the present moment. So feel free, as you're watching and listening to everyone, if you have any thoughts or questions, to go ahead and put them in the comments section. All right, welcome everybody. Mike, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome Lori, welcome Michelle, and welcome Debbie. So let's start. Mike, let's start with you. Would you please share what your Ladybird and you experienced?
Wow. Okay. So she she is my soulmate. There's no question there. She was one that took and taught me during her years that we had her, um, how to love again.
Mm, powerful.
And she continues to do that in spirit. Um, we have um, she she oversees, because she was the matriarch in
Uh-huh.
our household, and she still is here in spirit. She oversees the rest of the dogs. Um, I know I can feel her here.
Beautiful.
Um, I can be laying in bed and I can feel something bouncing across the bottom of the bed. Um, and I know who it is because everybody else is either in a kennel or someplace else in the house. Um, when I hear her running across the floor with her long nails in the kitchen, that was her favorite place. Um, we she used to love looking out the window at the different birds, and that's where I learned um what she really likes. um and this morning, as I was listening to the reading that you did, um I had a couple cardinals out here, um which made me tear up because I know she's here. I know she's watching this with, um, with all of her splendor. Um, she's, I wouldn't know how to tune into her if it hadn't been for you to take care, and for Dulce to take and um, show me how to do this. Um, I'm Everybody has the ability, but not everybody believes in it. And that's one of the things that I think is so important, especially um, when you have a soulmate, um, that you want to keep with you. Um, I mean, I still, to this day, it's been years since she's been gone, but to this day, I can talk about her and I can burst out into tears just because you know, so yeah, that's pretty much my story.
Beautiful. So the bursting out of tears, as you well probably feel, is also a release and also a sense of her love, her unconditional love that you can't put it into words. You just can't.
Right.
And that's healthy. That is super, super healthy.
Yep.
I have a question though for you, Mike. When the first time she came to you with either you were in the kitchen and you heard her or you felt her lay next to you, what was your state of presence? What was your state of being? Were you doing something? Were you thinking? Were you where were you in your head? And obviously, whether you were standing, moving, whatever.
Um, it was, I guess it had to be in the kitchen.
Okay.
When I first, um, and I caught a shadow, out of the corner of my eye, and, I was the only one in the kitchen, nobody else in there, and, I heard the clip, 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 and there's nobody else it could have been.
Were you
Well,
doing anything, or were you
I was
pushing for
making
it?
supper. I
What?
was making supper,
So you were just in the present
which,
moment. You were relaxed.
yeah,
That's
yep,
it. It's a
not
key.
thinking about anything, just making supper. And that was her favorite time. Um, it's also funny that it's Bentley's favorite time too.
Yeah. He's supporting you and he's interacting and communing with Ladybird.
Yep.
When that first time happened, how did you feel?
Um, I had goosebumps for days after that one.
I love
Um,
it.
yeah, because
Perfect.
I was not expecting it.
Exactly. Exactly. And when we're not pushing for it, but we know in our heart of our hearts, because we've been processing and just allowing ourselves to move forward without forgetting about them, without thinking they're gone, knowing that they truly are in a better place and that they are conscious, sentient entities, beings, whatever you want to call it. It's very powerful. Mike, thank you so much for sharing that. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Michelle, how about you?
Okay, let me start off. This was a roommate that moved in. Roxy being the biggest dog with three little ones, three other small dogs, and three cats. So he had a house full of pets. All of them were pretty good with me, except for Roxy. For some reason, every time I would go up to her to try and pet her or talk to her, she would growl and snap at me.
Mhm.
And I started getting this strong, strong feeling it had to do with his ex wives.
Mhm.
I felt like I was a reminder of them,
Mhm.
that they had to have done something so negative to her that she wasn't accepting me. And for me, that was hard. It broke my heart because I've never had animals do that to me. So, of course, who do I contact? You. And you had given me some just suggestions. I read the 12 steps, but during the audio part where you were talking about maybe a leash going for walks, and I'm like, there was leashes that he had hanging up. Well, I chose, I think the first one was a flowered one. She just kind of like, that's not it. And then I chose another one, which was blue. Nope, that one wasn't it. Third final leash was a big purple one. Oh, her tail started wiggling. I was like, oh, okay, that's it. She was hesitant, but once she got close enough to me to hook the leash onto her, and it was just her and I, no other ones, that was it. We walked outside, just went for a little walk down the street because I know she couldn't walk that much. That's it. That's what started our connection. And from then on, she still was a little nippy and everything else. But then I started talking to the little ones because they're the ones that just get in your face for all the affection. I was like, no, it's Roxy's turn. You need to come and let Roxy join in. She needs to be able to act silly too. And that started working it.
Now, this is a little different. Roxy's still in the body,
Yes, she is. She's still alive.
but she's not physically with you.
She was a little bit happier that she finally made that connection with me.
Excellent. Excellent. This is a little off track with the theme of what we're talking about, but it's still it's valid and it's very important, because what Michelle is sharing is, doesn't matter if an animal is physically in the 3D, in the matter world, in a body, like we're in our bodies, or they're out of body, or they're physically not in the same environment. There is always a connection with that animal. And by using one's intuition, one's emotions and empathy, like you do, Michelle, you're still maintaining a connection with her. And the best thing that you can do for her now is to continue offering your love and compassion for her.
Yeah.
Just continue doing it. Beautiful. Michelle, thank you so, so much. I so appreciate this. Powerful.
You're welcome.
Deb, who are we going to be talking about?
Mikey. So when I had Mikey, and I had to put him to sleep, and I had been grieving for a long, long time, and I couldn't look at pictures, I couldn't look at anything, couldn't talk about him, or I would be crying. And this took me a long time, and then all of a sudden, when I got a reading from Dulce, he said it was his time, which made me a lot happier because I wasn't sure. And he wasn't hurting. He could see. He felt great. And he said he had a really good time with me near his end, that he had just the two of us had a really good time. And then after that, he started showing me signs by a little chattering of the teeth. And I thought it was my birds. and it was really him. Then one day I was sitting at the table and I seen this white flash just go by, and I knew it was Mikey. He's just like, let me know I am here, Mom. And Dulce had said also that he wanted to be my spirit guide. And I'm always talking to him for advice or just to be there for me. And he's always there. I just feel him.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And I can also now look at pictures of all my fur babies now, knowing that they've never left.
Beautiful. That is powerful. That is so powerful. The time that you saw him go by in that white flash of light, and intuitively, what were you doing? Were you focused on something else? Were you sleeping? Were you resting? What were you doing?
I think I was thinking of him.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. And in the thinking of him, where was your heart? Was it sad, or was it just as a matter of fact? Where were you energetically wise?
I was feeling good. I was feeling, because it was after knowing. I felt really good that he's around and he's never left me. So I was just feeling really calm and really happy.
Beautiful, That's the key. That is the key, that you will find that in the consistency of how, and the, if you want to call it, the method of getting these signs and signals from your fur baby is literally letting go. If you want to connect with an animal that is no longer physically living with you, maybe you had to rehome, maybe whatever the circumstances, you had to leave, you can use in a calm state and connect. The other thing that he did with you and showed you, what were you doing? What was your state of being in when that happened?
I was calm. I was just kind of fiddling around the house, and I could hear this little chatter. I went to see, but it's not my birds. So I thought, well, that's strange. I wonder. I wasn't really connecting yet.
Yeah.
I come back out to the kitchen, and that chattery sound, like he used to do that. He had like an overbite, and if he wanted my attention, he would just go boo. Like his little teeth would go, and that was the sound I was hearing. It's
Oh,
like,
oh, that is, I mean, you can't, people, you can't make these things up. It's so real. And again, Deb, you were in that calm state. You were just going about your business. It just,
yeah.
whatever. You weren't thinking about, oh, I've got to be able to get a sign or signal. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Deb. Lori, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. My boy Raleigh, from the second I saw him, it was absolute instant unconditional love. And we just wanted to be together. He wanted to be with me, I wanted to be with him, and he motivated me to get back to him. If I was somewhere where I couldn't be with him, motivation to get back to him.
How did he show you? Did you get a visual? Did you feel him, sense him?
When I first connected with him, he sent me a sign because I was so incredibly grieving and hurting. His alarm for his medicine went off, and I was absolutely sure I turned off the notification. And it startled me so much. I jumped on the phone to turn it off, and I got on TikTok to distract. I didn't know what it was, and there was your live. And I decided to watch a little bit, and I couldn't believe that he would sending me signals because I was such in pain. So I booked a session with you. And after the reading, I knew it was true. I knew he was there. And slowly it became more obvious with the signals. Dragonflies. I have a list.
Oh, please share your list.
These are the signals almost in order of how they happen. A blue dragonfly, butterflies, then 3 frogs showed up. And I know it was from him. Rainbows, the rainbows started slowly, but then once I asked him for a sign, and he gave me 7 within 24 hours, which I thought was great. And then when I wanted, I asked for another sign. It was something, low energy. And it wasn't a time for butterflies, but I specifically asked for a butterfly, and I realized, oh, I'm not going to see a butterfly. Within a couple hours, I go outside, and there's this huge butterfly on a truck, and I was like, wow! It filled my heart with joy. He has an ornament that shakes every once in a while, and I know I could see it out of the corner of my eye. I know that's him. Also through Pepper, he shows me signs through Pepper. Pepper comes and lays with me exactly the way that Raleigh used to. And while Pepper is laying right next to me, I can feel the end of the bed like somebody else is jumping on. But
and Pepper is Pepper the cat. Yes,
Pepper is the cat. So there's a lot more. And I feel him now. I knew that the signs and the signals were real, so I started allowing it. And then I went through a workshop with you where I really connected with him. And in that workshop, he just let me know absolutely he would be with me forever.
Beautiful.
He wasn't going anywhere. And that's when things really started to, okay, this is going to be great. And he still is guiding me. He guided me to possibly a couple new fur babies that I will be getting. If I ever, am rattled or not feeling him, I just have to think about him, and I can almost feel his little head on my shoulder, like I'm right here.
Oh my
Um,
God, so beautiful. In any and all of those different beautiful symbols and signs that you received. Now I know in the very beginning the anxiety was really high. The
Yeah.
you know the traumatic of what you were feeling of the loss, quote unquote, the loss of him. As you started getting a better understanding of the reality of his energetic being, how did you see yourself transition from that state of what I just described to feeling good, feeling calm? How did you have to push for it, or does it naturally happen that Raleigh shows himself and symbols and meanings to you?
I don't push for it anymore. When it started, there was an instant calm when I heard the reading. I mean, instant, like, oh, he's okay. And it was like a domino effect. The calm helped the anxiety. And then I realized, okay, I can choose what I do with these feelings. He kind of guided me to that. Then pretty soon the desire to live came back. The desire to do things, and he was right there guiding me, like, yeah, let's do this. I get that from, oh, should I take on a new student? Yeah, go ahead, do it. That's the kind of energy I get from him. And there's sometimes he's like, no, that's not the way to go. I believed it. I know it's true. I knew scientifically that energy never dies. That's been proven. And my connection with him is proof to me, my personal proof. Um, I'm I'm healing because of him. I decided, you know what? I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be afraid that this illness, this heart problem is going to, that's it. That's all there is for me. He's like, no, you got a lot of living to do. You have work to do. That's what he showed me.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, because you all have had a transformation. You've all experienced a transformation, and it's just so powerful. So, well, I want to thank all of you for being here, taking your time, and all of my watchers and viewers. If you found this helpful as you've been listening to my beautiful guests, my beautiful pet parents, love you guys. Um, I hope you can see that they've shared with you that calm within, as well as hope inspire you to go set forth in releasing those feelings of doubt, the feelings of guilt or anxiety, even fear, so that you move forward in your beautiful journey with your energetic soul connection with your pet. And if you want to check out my recording on how to process the loss of a pet, that's what Lori was referring to. I'll put the link below this video as well. And it really provides you with such invaluable information and tools to use to guide you and connect with your pet, and receiving those loving signs and signals and messages that only you will know and understand. And that's the beauty and power behind your soul connection with them. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on our next video. And thank you everyone for being here. Love you all.